No mai, haere mai. Welcome to 3 News. Winston Peters delivered a fiery speech in Parliament this afternoon, calling out what he described as the violent targeting of politicians' private homes by some protesters. The Foreign Minister's Auckland property was vandalised last night with a note left on his doorstep saying, "Welcome to the real world." It came just days after pro-Palestine demonstrators gathered outside his home, where one woman, identified as Acacia O'Connor, shared his address on social media. Today, she was dropped from a high-profile 1NZ advertising campaign. Political correspondent Zane Small reports.
It was just before 6 last night when police responded to reports that a window had been smashed during a protest at a property in Auckland. It was the home of Foreign Affairs Minister Winston Peters, who addressed it in a speech to Parliament this afternoon.
The violent targeting of politicians' private homes by some protesters, however, is a disgrace.
A 29-year-old man has been arrested and charged with burglary.
To the best of our knowledge, he climbed over the balustrade and then put a notice on the door and then put a crowbar through the window.
What did the notice say?
Welcome to the real world.
Demonstrators first gathered outside Winston Peters' home last Thursday.
Join us. This is a peaceful action. There's a good bunch of us here.
Winston Peters, you're a disgrace to this country.
The protesters called on the government to take stronger action against Israel after it intercepted dozens of boats bound for Gaza carrying aid and pro-Palestine activists from around the world, including 3 New Zealanders.
Come on down if you know where we are.
The woman in the video shared the address of Winston Peters' home, and just a few days later she stood alongside Green Party co-leader Chloe Swarbrick at a press conference about the Kiwis detained in Israel. Who do you hold responsible for what happened?
Well, for those that encourage that sort of behaviour. And one was standing right next to Chloe Swarbrick yesterday.
The woman standing next to Chloe Swarbrick has since been identified as actor Acacia O'Connor, who has appeared in ads for 1NZ.
It's your mum. I'm sure that 1NZ will want to take another look at that.
Today, the telco told us we don't back any behaviour that puts people's safety at risk. What's happened doesn't line up with our values, so we're taking the character out of our marketing. Are you aware that 1NZ is going to drop her from their marketing material?
Yes, I am.
I think that's the right thing to do.
Yes, I do.
All politicians are engaged with all manners of New Zealanders from all walks of life, and we cannot know absolutely everything about everybody who we stand next to.
The Greens pointing the blame back at Winston Peters.
If he wants to make comment about the tensions, all he needs to do is look in the mirror.
Winston Peters hasn't always been so at odds with protesters. He showed solidarity with them during the occupation of Parliament's grounds in 2022.
Now look, I'm not being interviewed by your space here.
The vandalism at his home last night has reignited conversation among politicians about a law change the government proposed in August that would introduce a new offence for engaging in disruptive demonstrations outside private homes.
Legislation's coming back out of Select Committee very shortly, and then we'll look forward to push it through from there. And again, it's not ideological. It's just saying, look, yep, as ministers and MPs, we signed up for public life, and we, honestly, people are free to protest, and they should protest where we are and all that good stuff. But our neighbours didn't, and our families didn't.
Labor voted against it.
Free speech matters, and getting the detail of the law changes right is important. Politicians shouldn't receive preferential treatment.
I expect a tough rap. We have a lot of power in this building and people should hold us accountable, but not by taking on their house.
The targeting of Winston Peters' house was an attempt to bring attention to the 3 New Zealanders detained by Israel. But there was some uncertainty today about whether the government will foot the bill to bring them home. Mr Peters, do you think we should not spend taxpayer money to bring home the New Zealanders? Is that true? He later confirmed the government will bail them out.
We'll do exactly that, not least because the government feels a sense of responsibility, even for those who act utterly irresponsibly.
The 3 Kiwis, Rana Hamida, Yusuf Samoa and Sam Leeson, will be deported from Israel to Jordan tomorrow.
Zane is with us now. Kia ora, Zane. So 2 more New Zealanders are set to join another Gaza flotilla.
That's right, Sam. A couple from Christchurch say they're set to reach Gaza in the coming days as part of another global flotilla. William Alexander and Ava Muller are part of the Freedom Flotilla, which is being described as a second wave of boats heading towards Gaza with aid and activists. People might recognise William Alexander from the TV show Shortland Street. And last year he made headlines in May when he did a hunger strike in support of the people of Gaza. The Prime Minister today reiterated the government's message that it is not safe to go to Gaza. He said he doesn't know how to be any clearer about it. Chris Hipkins, for his part, advised the couple to be careful. And Sam, we should mention that in just the past hour, the activist who shared Winston Peters' home address, Acacia O'Connor, she's told a radio station that she regrets doing that, but she claims that Winston Peters is now using it as, quote, a diversion tactic.
OK, Zane, thank you for the update.